What up, Internet? This is Chris with sellmoto.com. We're taking a look at some new Android applications and games and whatnot. Here's one called Greedy Pigs Lite. There's a full version that you can buy for like 99 cents or a couple bucks or whatever. And you're these dwarven guys who are obsessed with booze. So not a whole lot of role-playing involved, just be yourself, you boozing dwarf. And you defend from pigs. So, yeah. Pretty usual nightlife. Stocking up on booze, keeping them pigs away. The first thing that you're going to want to do if you have played some tower defense games before, there's some bad guys. But yeah, there's a double fast forward arrow that you can hit that puts in turbo mode. So if you've played a game like this before and don't want to kind of sit idly by waiting for new levels and stuff, you can have it in this hyperdrive mode, which is badass. And then even hitting like the next play button to go to the next level. Cool. This is just the second level, just kind of giving you a feel for it. That's the booze at the bottom, and then this is the path that's taken by all the pigs and all the different guys. I'm still kind of noobish at this, so bear with. I got the main guys that throw those rocks or bombs or whatever, and then you have these new archer dudes that only shoot in straight lines, but they can hit invisible characters too. So, testing for landscape, denied. That probably wasn't the best place to put that dude on top, because they shoot in plus signs, like, is that the knight in chess? Yeah, knight. Cool, drop another bomber, and these guys aren't permanent. Whenever you drop them, you can drag them around to different locations, which is something that you'll probably end up doing when it gets desperate or if you have some guys slip past. So it's kind of cool that it's not like locked there permanently. So there's those normal pigs. And this video gameplay isn't even sped up. This is pretty fun, because when you're playing in that double fast forward mode, things happen really fast. Okay, that's a better placement for those $90 archers or whoever they are, because yeah, look at that, getting more like straight shot, more AoE, DPS, OMG. We got some pigs with little helmets on, and they take extra hits. And bears with backpacks. Next level, or next wave. There's 12 waves per thing, and I can only, yeah, okay, there's a little level up icon, so you tap your dude, and then at the bottom there's a button where you can spend money to upgrade.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Pretty legit. If you're ready to skip onward, 5:11 is when the next game starts. Otherwise, I start stocking up on some more dudes and go to piglets. I'm on wave 8 of 12. And some people might want to try putting their dudes in different positions, because there's like this certain area where you can get multiple shots fired for when things get harder. I think my guys are in a pretty good spot though, because they get to fire right there, and they get to fire whenever they're coming around that like dual bridge area. It's kind of like catty corner diagonal. But yeah, that's what these tower defense games are about. This one's really neat. The graphics don't pop as much as I was hoping it would on this video, but when you're playing this game it looks really vibrant. At least it does on my Evo 3D 12,000. Level up! More stupid bears. And sometimes they stack, yeah, those are bears and pigs at the same time. I can only imagine. They do say that some guys end up being invisible later, so you have to have those archers that just fire and hit entire rows, which sounds fun. There's a QR code if you want to scoop this one up. And that links, I think, to the free version and the paid one, so do your thing, take your pick. Okay, that's a lot of that You saved the booze. Good job. If you didn't like watching that like 3 minutes of gameplay, then you might not enjoy playing that game for hours because it's one of those games. Cool. Here's a fun little game download thing where you get to color pictures. If you're hanging out with a child or a child at heart, they can take their pick and draw a dinosaur, or not draw, but color a dinosaur. And it's like Microsoft Paint. You can make like, you know, that green top with the yellow bottom. You've always wondered if it existed or not. Is he going to be in dinosaur heaven or dinosaur hell, or what's that lake behind him? Is it a lake? Nah, that's poop. I'm 5 years old. I think I made him, yeah, a dinosaur in a fire world, pooping. With blue skies. Hope you got that QR code. Okay, here's some more things you can do. Yeah, that was enough of that. Here's Float. This had a high rating in the Android app market. You've played this game in real life. Maybe not as extreme, but it's not. I would say it's in the same ballpark as the floor is lava. Don't touch the carpet or don't touch the sand at the playground because the sand is lava. So it's in that realm where you just try to keep the balloon bouncing in the air. Sometimes you may have been doing this with a balloon, sometimes it may have been like a light ball. But balloons are normally the best because you can let it get pretty close to hitting the ground and then bop it back up. Bop it. Pull it. Twist it. Okay, in terms of this game, it looks like you get more points if you keep your balloons in that little bonus area, which is kind of deathly close to those spikes. The spikes are imaginary. I kind of started to wonder if it's more about just getting that one perfect touch, or if I can just kind of like spam barely over the spikes and see if that would be enough to give me lots of points. And I think it ended up giving me lots of points. Pretty neat. Let's see if I can squeeze in the QR code in this last 20 seconds or so of this one. Oh my god, is that blue log balloons? This game is wacky. Yeah, and I'm only on the first couple levels, so who knows what kind of balloons they're going to throw at you next. So if you have a balloon fetish or phobia, come to terms with your problems. Cool. This game, I'm already pissed off. I'm going to play this probably after I'm done with this little video. This is kind of a tower defense game. Things come out of the blue hole and want to go in the red, and you want to stop them. They're bad guys. You can't see at the bottom of the screen, but you can choose like 5 or 6 different towers. And I'm trying to see, the game already starts really fast. These guys are going to take the shortest path to go from the blue hole to the red. And you can't completely wall them off, but you want to use there's some of the things on the bottom, and each one has like special abilities. So yeah, I got them so they can't take the straight path across, and they can't take the top path. So these guys automatically route through the bottom area. But I just didn't have my like lasers. I still don't know all of them. That one's awesome. The one that shoots that blue line laser. So try to put that in a place whenever you have them all in a single file line. And this level will probably be super easy. But I spent my money randomly, not really sure, just kind of like warming up. But yeah, you can see that those blue ones are super hot. Graphics are pretty good on this too. Okay, fair warnings. Those plus signs, I just wasn't really sure what the deal was with those, but they charge up the enemy shields, and it ends up being the bane of my existence. Now, I've been getting a lot of kills, and I end up having some money piled up, so like when these guys sneak past, I start doing some like last minute building stuff. No! And you only have so many lives, it's like 10 or 15 or something. Yeah, I started to realize those blue lasers are hot and tried to stack them up. No. See, the AI, like the computer's brain in this, is kind of crazy. I don't know when they started taking that new path. Maybe it's only certain ones will go for the plus signs. And it may be these damn stars. Okay, yeah, that red star that was just about to die gets boosted up to full health, and then just makes this little, like, beeline to the red hole. Ah, this game's hard for me. I'd already played it, like, a couple times, too, and this is, like, my good run. But live and learn. That's why I'm trying to make these vids, so that you can download it yourself. Here's a QR code, and you'll already have a clue. Like, you're not going to do the same stupid things that I did for the first 10 minutes. Yeah, evolution at its finest. Okay, let's hop on to the next one. Dragonfly. This reminds me a lot of Moonchaser, and Moonchaser reminds me a lot of World of Warcraft, and World of Warcraft reminds me a lot of EverQuest, and EverQuest reminds me a lot of Magic the Gathering. So every game copied every game, but this one's fun. The gameplay is a little bit smoother than some of the other ones you've probably played, and if you hit 3 good swoops, you go into fire mode. Yeah, you can read that. It just basically means you get more points. I wish they had more, like, fire graphics or something crazy. And if you enjoy role-playing, this game, you are flying away from your mama dragon that's trying to catch you. That's what that little thing on the bottom left is. Pretty neat, pretty simple. I have a hard time with these most of the time, 80% of the time. Here's a QR code as I blast sky high to the next little realm. Pretty neat. Okay, I think we got one more little thing to touch on, and then we're going to call this one quits. Alright, this is an HTC Evo 3D, so you're not going to get the full experience here, but I am like blacking out and smiling ear to ear while playing this. This is Spider-Man 3D, and it reminds me a lot of Marvel vs. Cap. Oh my god, if they make Marvel vs. Capcom, I will quit life. Okay, my left thumb is controlling the joystick, and then occasionally I'll hit this lightning bolt button that pops up, and that's when I think your spidey sense is tingling, and you do these super slow motion, super fly, crazy whack moves, wicked crazy, where time slows down. You'll do like a sideways spin to dodge a bullet, and then, oh, kick that knife out of his hand. Peter Parker, Peter Parker, Peter Parker, pick the peppers. There we go, little swing. Swinging into the rails, you know. And there's 3 buttons. I mash them like I play Wolverine in Marvel vs. Capcom and just kind of grind on the joystick really hard and spam those 3 buttons. But one's jump, one's web, and I think you only have a limited amount of that, and the other's just your standard punch. Cool, QR code. And that's it for this one. If you don't have a Superfly Android yet, check out the link for no contract phones right below, and buy an Android phone for like 200 to 300 bucks. Alright. Like this video if you liked it. Later.